Hi, folks, and welcome to my home office slash guest room. Sorry the lighting isn't so great in here. And welcome to your first Google Slides lecture. So, what we want to do for this lecture is think about a series of revolutions that happen in the 17 and early 1800s. We might call them Atlantic revolutions because they all take place in different countries or now countries that border the Atlantic Ocean. So, in thinking about the revolution in the United States, or what would become the United States in France, and then one that you probably don't know quite as much about in Haiti, we really want to try and draw some comparisons and think about what are the causes of these revolutions and what are the results of them? How do they relate to each other? So, I've got 4 or 5 guiding questions here for you today. First, we're going to start with the American Revolution. We're going to go chronologically. So we want to think about what are the causes of the American Revolution. And although we like to think of this as the thing that gives us our start, how revolutionary was it really? What did it really change? What were the causes of the French Revolution, which happens a decade and change afterwards, a couple decades afterwards, actually? And how did its goals change as the revolution goes on? We're going to spend most of the time in today's lecture on the French Revolution, partially because it has the most dramatic set of ideas, it lasts longest, and also I'm a European historian, so that's kind of where my expertise is. We'll think a little bit about the end, and once it changes and a guy by the name of Napoleon takes power, how is he able to do that? And then lastly, in terms of individual revolutions, we want to think about what are the causes of the Haitian Revolution or the revolution in the French colony of Saint-Dominique, and how are they, and actually, well, no, how are they inspired by other revolutions and also by Enlightenment ideas? If we step back then at the end, after we've gone through all of these, and this covers not all of the revolutions handled by the textbook, because of course there are subsequent ones, revolutions that it discusses in the textbook discusses related to Spain and other areas. But we want to think about comparing these. How do each of these revolutions shape or reshape life for people who lived where they happened? What changes do they put forward? How do they link to Enlightenment ideals? And in a broader context, how do they really reshape the globe for us or people that come after them? So let's think about how to handle these types of lectures. Either put these questions in your own words, or maybe take a screenshot of them or be able to come back to them. You'll see what the slides look like. There's not a lot of information on them. So as you go through and we kind of handle points that might be able to help you answer these questions, go back to these questions, think about how you can actually take notes in a way that allows you to come up with a good response to them. And then keep in mind that when you go through the quiz, it's open book and open note. So if you take good notes and know which slide something is on, it'll be that much easier for you to go back to for the quiz.